He never raised his voice. He never missed a deadline. He never took credit, not in front of the boss, only after, only in private. By year 3, half his team was gone. By year 5, he had the boss's old office. This isn't a story about one man. It's a pattern. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. About 1% of people meet the clinical criteria for psychopathy, but researchers who study company leaders found something strange. Among senior executives, that number goes up. Some studies say 3 to 4 times higher. That's not random. It's a filter. The traits that make someone dangerous in a dark alley can look like leadership in a boardroom. Charm, no fear, comfort with risk, no hesitation in a crisis. Same behavior, 2 totally different meanings. It depends what's underneath it. So today, we're breaking this down. Why these traits get mistaken for talent, and how to spot the difference before it costs you your job. Let's follow a typical rise. Not a real person, a composite, built from patterns researchers see again and again. We'll call him Marcus. Marcus interviews well, really well. Steady eye contact, fast answers, no flinching. He even tells a story about failing, and somehow it makes him sound impressive. This isn't luck. Charm is one of the most common traits in psychopathy research. Interviews reward it. Confidence reads as competence, every time. He gets the job. The first 6 months, Marcus looks perfect. He takes the hard project, he stays late, visibly, and fast he learns exactly who has power. Then he shapes himself around them. This has a name, impression management. In psychopathy research, it's not a side effect, it's a core skill. Up the chain, Marcus is magnetic. Down the chain, something else is happening. Coworkers notice small things, credit that goes missing, stories that don't line up, a promise made in one meeting, denied smoothly in the next. Here's the trap. Each complaint sounds small alone. Together, it's a pattern almost nobody is tracking. By the time the pattern is visible, Marcus is already 2 levels up. Researchers found 5 traits that show up again and again in corporate settings. Trait 1, superficial charm. Not warmth, performance. Charm built for one reaction. It vanishes when it's not useful. Trait 2, grandiosity. A huge sense of self-importance. It looks like confidence next to people who doubt themselves out loud. Trait 3, pathological lying. A smooth fluency with dishonesty. Practice liars often show fewer nervous signs than honest, anxious people. Trait 4, lack of empathy. This causes the real damage. No emotional friction means faster decisions. Faster looks decisive. Decisive looks like leadership. Trait 5, credit stealing. Taking the work of others while keeping the appearance of contribution high. Alone, each trait wears a nice costume. Together, they build something else. That costume is usually what gets promoted. Here's what people don't talk about enough. This isn't really about the leader. It's about everyone underneath him. Research on toxic leadership shows the same pattern every time. Teams under a psychopathic manager report more stress, more burnout, much higher turnover. Not because the work is harder, because the ground keeps shifting. You never know which version of the story is true. Trust breaks down first. Then people stop sharing ideas. Eventually, people just stop trying. Not because they're lazy, because trying in that environment is dangerous. And the leader? Usually fine. The damage doesn't show up on his review. It shows up on his teams. The same team he's quietly blaming for low morale. So how do you tell a bold leader from someone just performing boldness? 4 signals. Signal 1. Watch how they treat people who can't help them. A real leader is warm at every level. A performer is only warm when it's useful. Signal 2. Track their story over time, not the moment. In one conversation, they sound airtight. Across months, the cracks show. Write things down. Signal 3. Notice who gets blamed. If failure is always someone else's fault and success is always theirs, that's a pattern. Signal 4. Trust your gut early. Something felt off in month 1. Most people talk themselves out of that feeling. Don't. If you're already working for someone like this, write everything down, share ideas in group settings, and go gray rock. Stay calm, brief, boring. Marcus isn't a movie villain. He's a pattern. It shows up in almost every industry, at almost every level. The traits that make him dangerous are the same traits an interview is trained to reward. The good news? Patterns can be learned. Once you know what to look for, the mask gets a lot harder to wear. So here's a question for you. Have you ever worked for someone like Marcus? You already know. Tell us in the comments.